This is day 773 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Like sponsor, come share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please contact directly. It'd be very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Siman Tuf Ayin Vav, Sif Beis, to Tuf Ayin Zayin, Sif Hey. Yes, we're talking about Sli, the night of Pesach. With Sli Kador, dry roast. Kain Lasim, Habasa, Bacteria, to put the meat in a pot below mine without water nearly the mutar. He says permissible. Came the Pesach puzzle. Chaygama, since the Pesach done this way is puzzle. Kedisa Gemara, like Gemara says, Papash Plukasham, even though it's Machlek is there, Arazel Malchus, that's in terms of whether you get Malchus or not. Abuchuyama Pesach puzzle. And you get Malchus for eating it that way, but the Pesach is definitely puzzle that way. Then it's liyesh, it's not roast on a fire. Because of a Ramam Periches Mikorban Pesach and Chop. Therefore, if you did a real roast and then you cooked it, or cooked it and then roasted it, mutar allowed to eat it. Okay, but your puzzle, but Korban Pesach, it's no good to be but as a Korban Pesach, which goes around Sham. The Achronim say that even the dry roast, if you cooked it and then you roasted it, it's also I feel bishlo hakol kador also, and even if you cooked it and then made a dry roast, I guess cooked it. They say cooking and roasting is also, and even cooking making dry roast is also. It's shame tzila because it has a chaleis shame tzli. Avram Yaakov says. That's actually lama learn about Chmir being Hagabama. There was shame botam. Shulchan says, I don't know why you machmir. It was just a minute and for no good reason. If after all it's possible for a Korban Pesach. The fact that Yosef writes that even the meat of a calf or a bird, which is possible Korban Pesach, anything which has to undergo shchita, also le'achol, tzli v'makush hagush le'achol, tzli, now allowed to eat as roasted in a place where the minute is not to eat roasted, akan l'shono, and quote from Beis Yosef, it's not comparable. The also kibbul aleim shalechol tzli, there where they accept the minute not to eat any roast, kibbul aleim kol min tzli shabbat, accept upon themselves any type of roasted meat. But they specifically accepted for roast, which is super pesach, lo tzli she'en royal pesach, not roast, not tzli pesach, but tzarich in. He remains with a tzarich in. The Mishnah Berurah, however, says in our countries the custom is not even to eat dry roast. And he was cooked first in water, and then afterwards you dry roasted it. It's awesome. Nevertheless, for a person who's somewhat sick, you can be mako. And if it's roasted and cooked, everybody agrees that it's butter. So I believe the minhag is like Mishnah Berurah that we don't even do dry roast. There has to be some liquid in the pan in order for it to be considered to be suitable. In place where the custom is to eat roast a night of Pesach, you can't eat either a young goat or a young sheep mikulas when it's roasted whole. There's a near Korban Pesach that looks quite explicitly like Korban Pesach. Remember those because say you cut you outside the Beis Hamikdash. The was cut or shakot the man every cut a limb of it. Or shlag or you cooked one of the limbs. I feel even if it's still connected to the rest of the animal. You're allowed to eat it, and place the custom is to eat sleep. The near the feel rak belia me I am ganking butter. She says even you just take out the innards, it's permissible. It's a Korban Pesach. Then it's not a Korban Pesach where you roast it with the innards inside. The Rashi because of Bikulas, the Rashi writes that Bikulas means Rosha Krov Akirbo, its head with its legs with its innards intact, ayin sham. Now, v'afil etzleinu dog tzelu beitz tzelu muter. You can have roast fish or roast egg. Shem chabas is not considered part of meat, in the category of meat. Avol kaved, but liver, utchol, and spleen, all the innards, they're considered meat, even though they are organ meat and not muscle meat. V'asum b'tzei not allowed to roast them. And the dog, you're there, Simon Reishu Zayin, so included meat in terms of the dog. Feast also on the Chol with a Pesach, so we're not allowed to eat liver, not Pesach. Shari only allowed to roast it. Then because we know salting is not sufficiently effective for liver. Ve'lo hetel came b'shluach harka. There's no way to permit it unless you cooked it after roasting it, or tilim b'shumra, you fried it in oil. In fact, those who went even further in an exaggerated way, to answer also fried roasted eggs. Name is a tam. There's no rationale to this. But this is true. In this meal, the night Pesach, you shouldn't eat or drink too much. So when you come to eat the afikomen, it's not considered to be a coarse and inappropriate form of eating. So the love of the Torah, so the eating of afikomen should not be a burden upon him. So our custom is to eat eggs commemorating Avelus during this meal. We mentioned this already. And the first day of Pesach is always the same day as Tisha B'Av. Also commemorate the Korban Shemakrim Korban Pesach Tov Nu Ba'avonenu. When they sacrifice Korban Pesach, now we lost it on account of our sins. The Gur writes, Mishmur says the Gur writes another reason, which he doesn't bring down here for some reason. According to this, it seems that it's appropriate to eat the first night the egg on the plate, on the Seder plate, and the other, I guess, according to the Gross reason, whatever that is, and the reason they ate other eggs is just something which developed over time. Nevertheless, he says everybody should know it's just a zecher ba'alma, and now you can imagine it's a mitzvah, and they fill up their stomach with these eggs before. So the point that okay, to the point that they eat afikomen and achila gasa. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. Those people who don't dunk anything that night. Besides the two dunkings that are part of the Seder. They eat meat without dunking. No meat and mustard. Well, mustard's also anyway, but or ketchup, whatever. Arukh HaShulchan does not say it's a minhag shtos. You shouldn't drink a lot during the meal. They should not be seized by sleep. We will say the Hallel and the rest of the Seder. A wise man has eyes in his head. No, this night is completely holy. You should do the Seder with great joy. Okay. It brings down here from the Mishabura, the Tosafta says you're supposed to learn Hilchos Pesach the entire night, if possible. Maybe he'll bring Arukh HaShulchan will speak about that later on because there's not really a place for it. Fine Zayin. Dini Achilas Afikoyman. The law surrounding eating Afikoyman. Aleph. You should know the Minyan Afikoyman Yesh Levar. In the matter of Afikoyman, we have to clarify. The Chora Dover Borash Yicham Mitzvah saying the Erev Tochlu Matzos. It seems clear that the main mitzvah of eating matzos night of Pesach, Kiyamnu b'mekuzayis Rishon Shem, we fulfilled with the first and second zayis. Should be rachnu shama shirki shama sabatzvan chilas matzah when we made the bracha. Afikomen Einol Zeichel Pesach. Afikomen only commemorates the Pesach Shorechel, so which it was eaten at the end of the meal. Came for Lashon Tuv Lashon Shagostu, and it's clarified by language of Torah and Shulchan that wrote. Lachar Gemarko Sula after the completion of the entire meal. Ochli mi matzah shmur ataras amapa. We eat from the matzah we kept under the cloth. Kazayis kol echad, kazayis each person. Zeichel Pesach and El over to commemorate the Pesach. We're seeing when people are satisfied. Reclining and not make a bracha. Be careful to eat it before chatzos. Because we'll zeichel Pesach. The road's commemoration of Pesach. That's not make a bracha. Now, which we were told to eat before midnight. It's only a commemoration. Nevertheless, came with you Pesach, since commemoration of Pesach. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah and a Pesach and Chatzos. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah eat the Pesach until Chatzos. So come Afikomen and Chatzos. Afikomen also should be until Chatzos. Base Avarashi v'Rashbam because with Ikar mitzvah Afikomen. They rate the primary mitzvah of matzah is the Afikomen. But Zeus and Rashi v'Rashbam Shom. The Rashi and Rashbam say Ein Maftirin b'Chulek. Shetzarech le'achol matzah b'Gemara Sula. You have to eat matzah at the end of the meal. Zeichel matzah and chazir belts commemorate the matzah which is eaten with the Pesach. But zoy matzah b'tzua, and that's the matzah which was cracked previously. Shanochlim b'achroina the sheichel is matzah which you bring back and we eat the purpose of matzah. But according to the reason why I make the brachas matzah at the beginning, even though it's not the mandatory matzah. Because it's like we said before by Morar, for the person who only had Morar, also for Carapas. If you don't feel your stomach because they had time of carpus, I can make the bracha again later on. Hachinami gabi matzah b'chuli akal l'shono. Chedi real liir b'loshen Rama berechesh chasabach chayna echum b'sar Pesach. At the end from the meaning of the Pesach was manas echol kazayis matzah chuli shachi loson hi ha mitzvah. So the eating of the achilas, the eating of the akum is the mitzvah. Kal shara rei masha zeikar mitzvah. It's a prime mitzvah. Shalom ad ikar as well as manabais. Could be meant at time base. Make the shade the Pesach with the matzah. Then the ikar eating the matzahs at the end. Vatesis near can be stopped. I'm sure. Rosh Hashanah via Rashi Cholak because they become Ein Shem Chovel Zechel Pesach. Rosh writes no, not like Rashi. The mafkum is not the obligatory eating of matzah. It's only commemoration Pesach. He said that's Rashi for Rashbam, but according to Rashi and Rashbam, Yesh Zor Old Mo'Bach Yilas Kafikom. You have to be very careful when you eat Kafikom properly. Came with Shukar Mitzvah because it's a primary mitzvah. Achilas matzah, if you eat matzah, came forward by Rambam, which is Sam. That's the speech from the Rambam as we wrote. L'chein Yesh Zor Old B'Sei. You have to be very careful. L'chol Pachas Kazayis to eat at least one whole Kazayis. Brackets. L'shon Rashi Atzmo Tzorchir. That's why she's not clear. She skills Zechel Matzah Ne'achels Ima Pesach. He eats the language of a commemoration of the matzah eaten with the Pesach. Messiah Mishchan Chovas Matzah, and then he ends with the language of it's for the obligation of matzah. Also, Taisa wrote that Rashi's logic is compelling. That was the way it had to be the time based on Mikdash Shayim Sham. Loving, I understand. The matzah shira. They could have been egg matzah the entire meal. Actually, the Pesach, and then wait until they got the Pesach. Vasachlu matzah chayva, and they ate the man the great matzah. Mora and the mora vas birchal, and they made the bracha. From tchilas suda, they'd have to make the bracha beginning of the suda. The Rebbe was saying there be many. The understanding of our rabbi's words is hidden from me, but tzarich in gadol. The Sharat Tzion says, in fact, according to Rashi and Rashbam, you talk after mine when you say the bracha chilas matzah at the beginning to include afikoma. Gimel, because l'chatchli chashnei zeisim. L'chatchli is supposed to take two zeisim for afikoma. Echad zeichel Pesach, one to commemorate the Pesach. Echad zeichel matzah, and echad basically offer to commemorate the matzah, which is even the Pesach. Chad pachas leave kazayis, at the very least, should be kazayis. If ein lo kazayis, there's a kazayis, so apachas mizayis, you should whatever you can, even less than kazayis. Near gam kazayis, v'yish shachilas matzah. If ein lo kazayis, ela pachas. And it says, by the way, now going back to the first kazayis, you begin the meal. If you only have less than kazayis, mechil b'achol. You have to eat it. It's like Chatzah Shir Asmin Torah. Chatzah Shir is a partial kiyum of the mitzvah. Don't make the bracha. Don't make a person size say a klum. We don't say the less size just nothing. Kamosh but yisurim. Like we just said, just like yisurim, have a Chatzah Shir is the raisa, half a shir is the raisa. Kamochem matzah mitzvah. It's a little bit of a mitzvah. Okay, which you have shal kaim yosef, since you can't do more than that. Me b'shnei milan ushein l'mark kazayis echad matzah. Now let's say you have two people who only have one kazayis matzah between the two of them. Near the mutav shilcha chamek kazayis. It's like the case of Ben Torah of Akiva with the canteen in the desert. So it's one of them. She the kazayis kaim a mitzvah. It's like Rabbi Akiva, not like Ben Torah, right? One of them should the mutav here shmutav. One of them should the mitzvah properly. B'shilcha kazayis as opposed to each one eating a half kazayis. The case of Yaseh Yatil Goyro. They should withdraw a lot. Zeh Pasha, it's clear, Shim Yeshlem Shnei Zaysim, Goka Chol Kazayis, if they had two Kazaysim, each one should Kazayis La Motzi, for the Motzi Matzah, Shrikar Mitzvah. Lo Yachulu, if you come, Shu Zech Lama. Okay, so each one should Kazayis for Alchil's Matzah at the beginning, and that's that. Vim Yeshlem Natorikom, which is just commemorative. Vim Yeshlem Shlosha Zaysim, they have three of the Zaysim. Each one can use kazayis for that motzi. The third one they divide among the two of them for some form of afikomen. I like that. If you need to make a zecher, shas chatzi zayis also zecher. Okay, so the brackets can you really and shari tshuva. Dava mash kosav shiroa shiyocha yura lechoma afikomen chatzos. Now he says it's supposed to be afikomen before chatzos. Kasser beira Moshe aktim atz Moshe gam halo yikokim chatzos. Also halo should be before chatzos. Akol shono. Arukh HaShulchan says for any of their times I don't know reason for this. Mr. Brewer says now the part of the halo, but even the bracha afterwards should be before chatzos. Again, Arukh HaShulchan doesn't seem to have, doesn't understand why this should be. The mind of the chatzos was have to do with chatzos. V'afikoyman yesh lo achol gaseva. Okay, afikoyman you have to. I think either I was right in Gemara that they went out because they said because they said piece of a hal pakariga. It's much that they ate the Pesach and then they did the hal afterwards. No, so maybe it was, I don't know. It's not definitely proof. Never mind. Okay, scratch that. Come yesh lo achol same lochel below seva in the early the yotze b'yev comes out seva. Or Chashun believes you are yotze. The Kevin channel is zecher. I'm again because only a zecher commemorative. It says chinkasav agraz. V'yesh lagim litla afikomen kurum mitpachas. Some people say afikomen wrapped in a cloth. Mushasha sokifin. They would put it on their shoulders. Lacharam behind them. Volchim and they would go babais in the house. Kedar amos about 4 amos. When kach they said like this. So you have I'm sorry. They would say kach you have a say no chim sharo some to some bisimosam. Our forefathers went with their doughs wrapped on their shoulders. I'm sorry, in their clothing. On their shoulders. And then you eat it. They'll say, we don't make this pantomime, although I think they don't do Mizrach too. And we'll say, take it out and eat it. So people make a whole afikomen, and they make a necklace out of it. They wear it on the necks. Name is the Isser. There's no prohibition to that. I'm just to say that he says, but it's something over the top. But we don't have that custom. Hey, v'daish no davar pashlu she'im nimshach arach chatzos. Even your meal after chatzos, you got to eat anyway. Sharambam Reishberg Vav Perkas Korpesa Pasuk Rebbe Kiva the Pesach Matzah Nachlo Kol Laila. The Ram Paskin said Pesach can really be all night, so afikomen as well. Be Allah writes somebody trying to write that because our chaka you should still try to get before chatzos. Even for Rebbe Kiva. It's not the din like Elizabeth. That's the appropriate thing to do. Back to Hashem Chaydas Kamri showed him that you're supposed to still eat after chatzos. Bezel das beisil b'tosef shuli psach mancha. Also be beisil. Miu yev zeh shtaping. This is what's not clear. In Nenas we also say chatzos. We're compelled by some extenuating circumstances. We're not solo call. And you go home after chatzos to make the seder. You make a bracha, it's matzahs to do it. Came Rabbi saying about it, says, please, paskin, come us, look Rabbi Zimazayas. It's the taste paskin, like Rabbi Zimazayas. Zayas, the Pesach ain't no chatzos, Pesach only be eaten till midnight. Kistama, Dezun Mekoyim, like it seems to say generically in Pesach Zochim. The time Pesach, as it learned Mishnah, ain't Pesach Echol B'Laila. Pesach only came at night, ain't Echol chatzos, only be eaten until chatzos. For me, we say, the Gemara, Acham Matzah, Sign of Chatzos, Rabbi Lezman Zayah, Lo Yitzir Yechavos. So according to Lezman Zayah, Ve'il Matzah Chatzos, you're not Yitzir obligation. Okay, Echi Volech, Achilles Matzah came Shkvar over his man, Lezman Ben Azariah. I can make a bracha Achilles Matzah if it's right after its proper time. According to Rabbi Lezman Zayah, L'china Diyocha Below Bracha Al Achilles Matzah. So if you only can eat after Chatzos, you make it eat without a bracha.